Good afternoon, children. Welcome to the online class. First language English, 9th standard, second poem, that is Africa. First, we'll do the reading. Africa, my Africa. Africa of proud warriors in ancestral savannas. Africa of whom my grandmother sings. On the banks of the distant river, I have never known you, but your blood flows in my veins. Your beautiful black blood that irrigates the fields, the blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work, the work of your slavery, the slavery of your children. Africa, tell me, Africa, is this you, this back that is bent, this back that breaks under the weight of humiliation, this back trembling with the red scars and saying yes to the whip under the midday sun? But a grave voice answers me, impetuous son, the tree young and strong, the tree there in splendid loneliness amidst white and faded flowers. That is Africa, your Africa, that grows again patiently, obstinately, and its fruit gradually acquires the bitter taste of liberty. Now, it is coming to the author. So he is David Diabs, the author of this poem, who has written Africa, my Africa. David Mendes Diab. His name is David Mendes, that is Mendes Diab. His lifetime 1927 to 1960. He was a revolutionary African poet born in France. His parents were of West African descent. He visited Africa only in 1950s. But he expresses a love for Africa through this poem. And he was a revolutionary poet. He gave the message to Africans to bring about change and freedom. So he was involved in a protest against French colonialism, and he has published some poems, that is Corps de Pilon. Now, coming to the poem, Africa of proud warriors in ancestral savannas. Let's see. So this is proud warriors of ancestral savannas. That is, he feels the affinity to that land and people. That's why it's telling proud warriors in ancestral savanna. Savanna means full grass only. And he described it as a beautiful and this land of ancestral savannas and irrigated fields. Next, Africa of whom my grandmother sings. How he came to know about Africa? He heard his grandmother singing about Africa. In spite of staying away from his land, he knows that he belongs to Africa only. He knows that his grandmother used to sing about Africa on the banks of the distant river, and he had not known about other people also, but he knew about his grandmother singing about Africa only. But your blood flows in my veins. He knows that the blood that flows in his veins, that is belongs to Africa. That is, he is originally from Africa only. So that is belonging to Africa. The next one is, see, here shows the blood flows in my veins. Your beautiful black body that irrigates the fields. So the Africans, what they did, they toiled, they worked very hard and made it a fertile land. That's what your beautiful black body that irrigates the fields, how they worked hard. So the next one is the blood of your sweat. So how they worked very hard in the hot sun. For what? To make Africa fertile. So that is, they suffered a lot. That's why the blood of your sweat. In spite of, that is a hotter, that is weather is very hot in Africa. They toiled hard in that hot sun for what? To make it a rich. The sweat of your work, the work of your slavery. The sweat of your work and the work of a slavery. How they were working. That is, they toiled very hard in the hot sun. For whom? For colonial people. That is for English people, white people. They worked very hard and the labor was very heavy. That is very strict. They took the hard work and they treated them worse than animals, and they could not show their resistance. They had to do their work. So Africa, tell me Africa. So again he's asking, he's telling how his people suffered. The next one is this you, this back that is bent, this back that breaks. So that is, see here how they toiled. That's these lines talk about the humiliation suffered by the Africans. Yes. And here, that is next one is under the weight of humiliation. See how the red scars caused by the whipping of the blacks by the whites in the scorching. See how that body is. See how the body is scars because of the whip. The back trembling with the red scars. See that scars that they got in the midday if they refuse to work. And saying no to the whip. They didn't say no to the whip. See how the white people are torturing the black people when in the midday sun. But a grave voice answers me. But it's the ancestors who died for the liberation of Africa from the whites. Impetuous son, that's tree, young and strong. So who is that? He's like a impetuous son that is standing like a tree. How is it? Standing like a tree that is young and strong. Young and strong. So that is, he is witnessing all the troubles the Africans suffered for what? To get liberated from the whites. And he is hoping that the people will one day be liberated and live happily in their own land, free from torture, free from slavery. So what is telling? Standing like a strong tree. So it is growing. Now Africa is a developing country. Splendidly alone amidst white and faded flowers. So that's why again he is quoting the slavery treatment for the given by the whites to the Africans if they resist to do any work. So next one is, this is Africa, your Africa that grows again patiently and obstinately. So now stubbornly, that is they are not yielding to any of the voices from others or that enemies or who are ruling them. They become stubborn and they are made up their mind to go for development of their country. Whose fruit bit by bit occurs the bitter taste of liberty? Whose fruit? That is acquires. The fruit acquires the bitter taste. Why? The bitter taste is from where they got the bitter taste they got from the treatment, that is a slavery treatment by the white people. For what? That is ill-treated. For what? They are fighting against the white people. So that's what the fruits acquire a bitter taste because they wanted liberation of the oppressed. It is not a simple thing. So the liberation needs sacrifice. So many of them sacrifice their lives in the process. So that David Diop is telling. So such case, what is done? Liberty is never sweet, but bitter only. So he tells, that is, he encourages the Africans to fight for the development of the country and to enjoy the moment of freedom from the white people and see only Africans will grow in strength and wait for the moment of freedom. That is development. Thank you, children.